This is Messages from the Universe with Laurie Wondra of Your Life Core. Here, Laurie delivers information from the Mastery Realms related to astrology, planetary influences, energy surges, and generally how we are evolving. She connects with angels, guides, ascended masters, astro beings, and those that come forward with messages to help us on our journey. Welcome, everyone, to Messages from the Universe podcast.
Hello, I am Laurie Wondra, and thank you for listening. Many of my clients and even some friends are sharing that they're feeling incredibly tired, or even after sleeping, they feel exhausted. And some are experiencing crazy, wild dreams and are often calling to ask for interpretation. I believe we are doing a lot of work while we sleep, and I've been having the most wild and vivid dreams lately, and that takes me down a pathway of the spirit or universe telling me, I need to talk about this. One of the most recent dreams that I'm still processing has to do with a white eagle. So today, I want to talk about dreams and how messages come to us and how we can use messages within the dreams to kind of point us on the direction. Sometimes it takes a while, a couple days, a couple meditations, or times when we can ponder maybe what the messages are. In this particular dream, I was walking up a staircase that ran alongside a huge tree. So I was looking out a window as I was walking up the staircase. And as I looked outside at the tree, I could see a raccoon and then a possum and then what I believed to be a fox. And they were all wrapped around the trunk of this tree, all very, very close together and tucked in. They were all part of this main trunk of the tree. And as I continued up those stairs, I went out onto a balcony or a deck area where I was looking up into the sky, and I saw this huge white bird circling above. And I was wondering what it was, so I called it to me. And as it came near, I could see it was an eagle. Not a regular eagle or a golden eagle, but a white eagle. Pure white, like albino, all white. And I crawled out onto the roof and invited the eagle to land next to me. And it did. And I inched towards it. On my belly, I was laying on my tummy. I was watching this eagle. And as I was watching it, I was only a few feet away from it. An orange tabby cat came towards the eagle. And as the tabby cat nudged the eagle with its nose, the eagle turned over, laid on its back, and the cat crawled onto the eagle's belly and started to knead its belly. Now, I warned the cat that the eagle could kill it and that the eagles were predators, but the cat ignored me and continued to comfortably lay upon the eagle's belly and just relax, continuing to knead away at the eagle's tummy. Now, the eagle also was relaxed. He seemed to enjoy the cat being there, but remained very alert to its surroundings. I could see both the eagle being alert and turning its head and being observant to its surroundings, certainly watching me, but I could also hear the cat purring. And as he continued to lay on the roof near the eagle and just simply watching in disbelief, I woke up. And that dream has stuck with me. One of those dreams that you would say, what the heck was that all about? And I am still processing it. And I'm going to talk more about what's come through as I'm processing that dream a little bit later. There's types of dreams that come to us, dreams that teach us, dreams that help us learn, dreams that we are out and about in the universe and we're working. There are dreams that bring us entertainment and adventure. There's nightmares that bring up fears or bring up internal trauma that is encouraging us to work through something or get information about a situation. We have recurring dreams. There's lucid dreams. Well, we wake up while we dream and we're part of that interaction within the dream. But why do some people dream and some people don't? Or better yet, why do some remember their dreams and others don't? Now, science says that everyone dreams, but few remember. So why do some people remember and some don't? Some have practices in life where they don't jump up from bed immediately. They take their time waking up and pause to think or ponder, to wake up slowly, to move from that world of sleep state into this world of living state. Some people have a natural gift and others can and learn to dream or remember their dreams. Sometimes we don't remember dreams as we're processing things that might not be needed to remember in our wake state. Sleep time may be the only time we can quiet our minds enough to process or rejuvenate our bodies. A few weeks back, I did a podcast on how we emit memories into our brain through sleep time. Now, some people believe they don't or can't dream, and the intent of that, or saying, I don't dream, or I never remember my dreams, that is unintentionally setting an intent that could prohibit them from experiencing or remembering their dream. Dreaming is another way to move energy or to learn, to explore. Some people need it, dreaming, and that's sleep time because it's the only way to move through certain types of energy. Another way of healing or communications can come through dreams. And some people are just too busy or are closed off during the day. So when we relax and we sleep, we're more open to the possibilities of all information. Our veil is the thinnest, so travel to energetic realms or receiving messages perhaps from our loved ones or messages in those experiences or adventures we have in our dreams is just easier. So what are some purposes of why we dream? Well, it is a quiet time when we receive information or explore without our human limitations and rules. Sometimes we only listen in our sleep. If you had a crazy experience happen during the day, you might just walk away from it. But in dream state, it gives us this place that we have to be there and experience it. Purpose of a dream might be healing work. This may be for you, yourself, or for others, and would include all energy bodies of our etheric field, our physical field, our emotional field, our mental field, and certainly our spiritual field. Another purpose for dreaming is time travel, or dimensional dreaming, or dimensional travel. This is where we go to our past. We might even travel to the future. We might even have visitors from our past, or certainly visitors from our future. An example would be, have you ever dreamed about a childhood friend, or maybe a childhood teacher that came into your life? We also dream for information for ourselves and others. The codes and the keys come in at this time. Many visitors in our dreams can be loved ones, but they might not be energy that was taken on that form because we will trust and be more aware of if this information or education or healing comes from a loved one. And an example of that would be if you have a dream about a childhood friend, that childhood friend feels safe, but it might not be your childhood friend at all. It could be another energy that's taking form of someone that you recognize. Most often we revert to childhood or schoolmates as participants in our dreams. They're just safe. They represent a more carefree time, a playful time, a time that maybe we felt a little safer. And this might be resolving things from that time or teachings from that familiar face. In other words, it could be an astral being or an extraterrestrial energy that's coming in to give you a message, but it's in the form or in the face or in the presence of someone that you trust. Teaching, where there is an exchange from here to there, is another reason we dream. And yes, we do travel from this dimension to other dimensions to teach, to learn, to explore, and just experience. We are not always on the receiving end of travel or knowledge. Now, before the 1950s, scientists used to believe that as people drifted off to sleep, their brains and bodies would go into a shutdown mode, entering a passive state that allowed them to recover from the previous day. What researchers have since learned, and we will continue to learn, is that sleep is a whole lot more complicated, and it's a much more active state than you might think. In fact, while you're getting your sleep Z's, your brain goes through various patterns of activity, and there's purpose to that activity. There's actually distinct parts, the non-REM or NREM or REM, or rapid eye movement. Now, normal sleep phases occur in 5 stages, and they're named as stage 1 through 4, and then REM, or that rapid eye movement. These stages progress clinically from 1 through REM and then begin again with stage 1. And a complete cycle takes an average of 90 to 110 minutes, with each stage lasting between 5 and 15 minutes. And we cycle through those 5 stages through the night. And the deeper we get into our REM stages, or the more cycles we have, the more likely we are to have those deep dreams. What fascinates me about the sleep cycle and the brain cycles is it's very close to the experience of meditation and where I take individuals through sound healing sessions. So that stage 1, that's that interim between consciousness and sleep. And as we move to stage 2 after 5 to 15 minutes, well, stage 1 is that nodding off, and the brain produces what are called alpha and theta waves, and your eye movements slow down. And this is the introduction to sleep. Now, stage 2, that's where your heart rate slows down, your brain does less complicated tasks. And that stage, again, lasts between 15 and 20 minutes. The body reduces its activity to prepare you to go into a deeper sleep. It becomes a little bit harder to wake up, but the brain waves slow down. If you were to schedule a power nap, you'd want to wake up after this stage of sleep, because then as you go into stage 3, this is where the body really begins to slow down and the body energetically begins to make repairs. Stage 3 and 4, that's the beginning of the deep sleep state. The brain begins producing slower delta waves. You won't experience any eye movement or muscle activity, but at this point, it becomes a little bit harder for you to be awakened because your body becomes less responsive to outside stimuli. From a sound healing or from a processing standpoint, you're working in the energy of the inner bodies of your system. Other names for this stage includes slow wave sleep or delta sleep. And in sound healing or meditation, oftentimes we try to get to that place of delta. Then stage 5, that is the rapid eye movement. You enter REM sleep about 90 minutes after initially falling asleep. And each REM stage can last up to an hour. Now, an average adult has 5 to 6 REM cycles each night. And during this final phase of sleep, your brain becomes more active. And this is when most dreaming occurs. Your eyes jerk quickly in different directions, hence the name, REM, rapid eye movement. Your heart rate and blood pressure increase slightly, and breathing becomes faster, irregular, and shallow. Now, REM sleep plays an important role in learning and memory function, since this is when your brain consolidates and processes information from the day before so that it can be stored in your long-term memory. So if you have those dreams where you've experienced something during the day, suddenly shows up in a dream, that's your brain processing the experience and deciding, what do I do with this information? Do I have a judgment? Do I have a belief? Is it just information that I need to process and then let it go? In my white eagle dream where I saw the raccoon, I actually thought perhaps the raccoon was an energy that was stuck in my brain from a client that I had talked to quite a while ago about raccoons in his backyard. But I felt that the timing was so far back that should have been processed. There was other meaning to the raccoon in this dream. Now, people spend around 2 hours dreaming every night. And while the most vivid dreams usually occur during REM sleep, dreaming can happen during any sleep phase. Although some researchers propose that dreams play a role in learning and memory, scientists still aren't completely sure why we dream. There's also lucid dreaming. Now, lucid dreaming is a dream during which the dreamer is aware they are dreaming. And during a lucid dream, the dreamer may gain some amount of control over the dream characters, the narrative, and the environment. However, this is not actually necessary for a dream to be described as lucid. Lucid dreaming has been studied and reported for many years. In fact, many shamanic practitioners practice lucid dreaming, time travel, distance visioning. Some people might be predisposed to the ability to lucid dream, but I also believe that through practice, you can develop the skills to be more involved in your dreams. Now, as we age, our need and our purpose for sleep changes. When you think of a newborn, the age range from 0 to 3 months, they sleep about 14 to 17 hours of sleep. And that diminishes as an infant gets a little bit older. 4 to 11 months is 12 to 15 hours of sleep. Preschool, 3 to 5 years old is 10 to 13 hours of sleep. And then as we get to be a teen, 14 to 17, we actually need only 8 to 10 hours. As a young adult or an adult, that drops down to 7 to 9. And as we get older, then that drops down a little bit further yet to 7 to 8 hours of sleep. I know many clients feel very comfortable in sleeping only 6 hours of sleep during the day. I think that there are genetic factors, and I know that there's a DNA marker that also allows us to not need so much sleep. But how do you plan for good sleep? How do you plan to have good dreams or have dreams? Well, allow enough time for sleep. Getting enough sleep is necessary to reduce the body's sleep drive and feel refreshed during the day. And most people won't sleep enough unless they intentionally carve out time to sleep. Find out how much sleep you need and make getting that sleep a regular habit, even on weekends. We tend to mess with our sleep schedules on the weekends, perhaps staying up later, waking up later, but try to keep a regular schedule. Reduce light, and that exposure to light close to bedtime is important. Technology has been a factor because we're looking at TVs or phones, and that really impacts the body's natural rhythms. It makes it more difficult to fall asleep. So look to reduce light exposure. Turn off your electronics at least an hour before bed. I say usually 3 hours before bed. And if you work the night shift, be sure to use an eye mask or blackout curtains to eliminate light while you're sleeping. Find ways to relax. Stress invokes the fight or flight response, which causes heart rate and blood pressure to increase. So being energized in this way is the opposite of what the body needs when falling asleep. Reduce stress at bedtime by finding ways to relax, like stretching, meditating, or reading a book. Certainly stay hydrated. The body and brain needs water. And if you still are having difficulty speaking, it might be worth talking to your doctor because crucial health is involved when someone is having sleep issues. And that might be enough to have you speak to a specialist or someone that can help you. I feel that also during certain times of the year, we're more apt to dream deeper or sleep deeper and dream more. And fall and winter being one of those times, simply because in the northern hemisphere, during the fall and winter, the sun does set earlier. We have more dark time, so it's not as bright outside. It's a little bit gloomy outside. We don't feel the urge to be out and play in the sun. It's a little bit colder, so we're tucked in to sleep. So we might have more seasonal events or seasonal dreams. Let's talk about some of the most common dreams. A couple of great references for you are Betty Bethard's The Dream Book, Symbols for Understanding. There's a great online website, www.dreamdictionary.org, that contains all sorts of information. And Louise Hay's book on the body, because sometimes you might be dreaming about something going on with your body, and that's also nice to look up what the message might be centered around your body. The most common dreams that I get asked about or activities within the dream are falling, or maybe somebody has a bad landing, or they feel like they left their body for a short period of time. This could be a red flag from your subconscious to be grounded more. It might be that you're feeling that you have a loss of control in a situation or something in your life, or that you might need to fall away from something, or that you're falling into something. Another is teeth or teeth falling out, and the experts greatly disagree on this one. Most believe that this is about grinding up something, tearing something into little pieces in order to digest it, but it also can be about beginning to understand the process of something, the strength, the intention, putting some teeth into your position. It could also mean that you are needing to vocalize something. If your teeth are falling out in your dreams, you are unable to understand a problem or situation, or something might just be too tough for you to swallow. Now, as I mentioned, if you have dreams that impact body parts, see Louise Hay's Healing Your Body reference books for any clues that the universe might be delivering to you in messages. Numbers also show up in our dreams. 1 is about new beginnings, openness, and unity with life. 2 is balance of the masculine and feminine energies, or balance of some living areas that you might need to look at. 3 is Trinity, so it's mind, body, spirit. It's harmony. It's a more spiritual message. 4 is balancing the energies with a partner or growing in this perfect balance. 5 is be aware of change taking place now or very soon. And it continues on to sacred numbers, 11, which often means a gateway. It's a master number, and it's also looked upon as an angel number, letting you know that you never walk alone. 12 is also a power number. It describes the connection to 12 months, 12 signs of the zodiac, the 12 disciples. It's also a meaning of the 3 Trinity because it's a factor of 12 divided by 4 quarters, or the directions of the planet. 22 is also a spiritual expression of balance and integration of self and others. 33 is a spiritual teacher, double Trinity. It's a master number. 40 is a mystical, energetic number. It means time to really recharge the body and renew the body. Pay attention about how you might be connected from mind, body, and spirit. Other common dream items are taking a test, failing a test, having a teacher discipline you for taking a test, forgetting the answers on a test. Another thing that we might process in our dreams are death and dying, or giving birth. These can be starting something new, look for a new beginning, or coming to the end of a process. It doesn't necessarily have to mean that someone is dying or that you're going to give birth. It's representative of the information behind what is death about. Death is about letting go of something and preparing for something new to come into your life. Giving birth can be creativity and also something new coming into your life. Sometimes people dream about getting married to an old love or a stranger. And a marriage can also mean the balancing of the masculine and the feminine, and bringing the intellect and the intuitive energy together. So it might be a message from the universe of saying you might need to partner with somebody to bring more balance into your life, or you might need to look at your own masculine, feminine side and how do you use all of your energy fields to navigate through life. You might dream about meeting a celebrity. Note who they are, what they do, if they're a musician or an actor, if they're male or female. Did they show you something, tell you something, or just walk on past? Also dreaming about running or being chased. To run from something means you're not ready or willing to deal with a situation, and running away from something is an aspect of something about yourself that you might not be wanting to look at. Now, if you're running in slow motion, it's also a message that you may soon need to face your fears, and you cannot put it off much longer. Now, if you have dreams about your house, a house in your dream state is about yourself, often your higher self. Where you are in the house and what's going on provides insight. So in my dream, I was in a house. I didn't feel like it was my house, but it was a house, and I was going upstairs. I was accessing my higher self. I was walking alongside a window. So I was inside the home versus outside walking. So notice where you are. Are you walking? Is it a darkened space? Is it an unknown room? Are you exploring a place that you've never been, or are you comfortable in this place? Note anything that you can remember about the space that you are. The colors, the shape. Is it damaged or is it pristine? Are you upstairs? Are you downstairs? The ground floor is usually about your daily living. Upstairs or an attic is about the future or spiritual awareness. And the basement can be about your past or some wounds that you need to work on yet. Bedrooms often in dreams mean rest, dreams, unconsciousness. If you're in a library setting, this can be about intellect and learning. If you're in a living room, that can be about daily interaction with others, looking to connect with others, perhaps in your family or with friends. If you're in your dining room, that's about sustenance. It's about nurturing, friendship, fellowship. If you're on the porch or patio, that's an extended part of yourself also, but it can also mean relaxation or having access to different parts of the universe. If you're hugging someone, this can often mean comforting or loving or nurturing oneself or healing or the desire to connect. There's also colors. When colors come into dreams, red is life force. It's about fertility, energy, passion. You might need more red in your life. If you see pink, that's about love. Orange is about energy and peace. That's why I was curious. This was an orange tabby. So my mind right away went to, is this the solar plexus, or is it energy? Is it peace? Is it abundance? Yellow can mean peace also. Green is about love, healing, spirituality. Blue is spirituality and higher intuition. Turquoise is healing, spirituality. Indigo, spirituality, divine protection. All the way to black is unknown, the unconscious, and certainly gold is that Christ light or divine. I find dreams fascinating, and I love when I wake up and I have a dream that sticks with me because I know it's a message from beyond. I know it's the universe trying to talk to me or my subconscious, and I've just probably been too busy to pick up the messages directly. So in this particular dream, I want to peel back each and every element, and let's walk through what this dream might mean, because I truly believe it's a dream not just for me, but for all of you listening to this podcast. So first of all, a possum. From a spiritual perspective, possums are often seen as messengers from the spiritual realm. They are believed to carry messages and guidance from the divine, offering insights and wisdom to those who are receiving them. Possums can also symbolize the need to be more attuned to one's intuition and inner guidance. And possums can represent unity, cooperation, adaptability, and resilience. They also can represent survival against the odds, heightened intuition, discernment of deception, and connection to the spiritual realm. They also have this ability to cunningly overcome any obstacles or predators. And we think of a possum as those that play dead. They protect themselves by rolling over and pretending that they're dead. And that certainly can be a meaning, but I'm feeling that this possum in this dream was awake and looking at me. And so he was symbolizing as a messenger from the spiritual realm. That also sometimes we might need to be quiet, not necessarily play dead, but just be quiet and observe and let those things that are happening around us happen. Now the raccoon, we think of the raccoon as taking off the mask or trickery, or raccoons are very, very intelligent, but they also can be very mischievous. They figure things out. As I said, they're incredibly smart. But in this case, I feel like the mask, because I saw the raccoon's eyes, the darkness around the eyes, the ears. I didn't really see the full body, but I knew it was a raccoon. And that's a message that Spirit is trying to show us things, or me, things that I might not be ready to see or haven't seen before. It's taking off the mask. It's seeing the truth behind situations. It's allowing us to feel safe and protected in that space and not be fearful, but to look behind the mask. And I don't feel like these were warnings of something or someone I need to be aware of, but the trinity of mind, body, and spirit. And we all have trickery and obstacles and harmony that we need to seek out in all those areas. As I walked past those animals, I wasn't bothered by them. Fox was at the top. Fox is also about trickery and wisdom and being prepared for what might come. But it's also about playfulness and joy. Now, as I continued up the stairs and past the tree and went onto the roof and connected with the eagle. That's where the energy, I feel, is the most intense in this dream, because eagles represent freedom and courage and vision and divine connection. They embody the ability to rise above challenges, see clearly, and embrace transformation. Now, golden eagle is my spirit animal, but this was a white eagle, and I had summoned it to me, and it came. It circled above me, and then it landed on my roof so I could get close to it. Now, white eagle spiritual meaning is purity. The white eagle represents strength and power to some people, while purity and innocence to others. And the white eagle is regarded in many cultures as God's messenger who carries crucial messages between the material world and the spiritual world. Certainly an affirmation for what I do on a daily basis. But the eagles may have special meaning to you personally, such as a loved one visiting, or to rise above any challenges and seek the future, seek the direction, seek the strength of the eagle energy. In any circle I do, I always call in eagle energy when I call in the gateway of the east. It's a reminder of the vision, the power, and the strength of the eagle, and that we have the ability to rise above and see into the future, and to cast our eyes onto those places that are important. But white eagle also means honesty and integrity, and is regarded as a representative of truthfulness, justice, nobility in numerous cultures, and it's frequently served as a symbol of these traits in many business or product branding and literature, even advertising. The white eagle also represents celestial power, or the creator of all things. The white eagle's been associated with celestial powers, and the bird is seen as that messenger representing wisdom, strength, and courage. There are many symbols of spiritual awakening, but one of the most potent is the white eagle. And eagles are associated with the highest levels of spirituality and consciousness, and their white feathers represent purity and understanding. The eagle is also a powerful symbol of strength and courage, which are essential qualities for anyone on their spiritual path. They're a symbol of hope. We can call on eagles for that strength, that courage, that vision, certainly protection, and tap into the ability to soar to great heights. Now, as I watched the magnificence of the eagle be approached by this orange tabby, who was so comfortable to just lay on the eagle's tummy and began pawing at it. Now, the orange cat, orange means calm and peace, but cats are messengers of warmth and confidence and positivity. They're associated with the sun and the sacral chakra, bringing vitality and creativity, agents of change and helping us navigate transitions with grace. They're symbols of creativity, joy, playfulness, balance, and harmony, and they embody intuition, adaptability, and independence. They're connected to positive emotions, luck, and fortune. So I believe that this dream demonstrates all our ability to move into an elevated vision of ourself, to move beyond all the trickery, the masks, the shadow energy, still be in this place of joy, happiness, agility, fun, move into this place of power and strength and divine, and not be overwhelmed by it, knowing that at all times we're protected and we're loved, but we also can be in a place of joy, playfulness, balance, and harmony. There are more healers and helpers and teachers of the universe coming to help us. And this is not a time for us to be afraid or fearful of that help coming. Some may wear masks. Some may provide trickery to us. But if we trust our intuition and trust that we have the ability to move ourselves into a higher place of divine energy, then we can look beyond the trickery. We can look beyond those things that might create roadblocks for us. We can trust in our truth. Now, also in the dream world, some of my clients have been asking about dark and light dreams. Dark dreams or shadow dreams can be dreams that help heal and protect the planet, the universe, or areas we live. In mysticism, we believe that there are guardians that guard the planet. The Archangel Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, and Uriel govern the directions of east, south, west, and north. And there's actually constellations that these archangels are a part of that govern the skies. But there's also souls that might energetically travel into the night during dream time to patrol these spaces, to interact, to fight some of these battles in time or space. They might gather information of what's happening out there. And some of those nighttime warriors might find they wake with scratches, sore muscles, bruises, which might be an indication that they have been out working or traveling and somehow have engaged also in the energy of your physical body. These are the souls that battle the demons or the darkness and the dimensions. They're keeping these energies out of this 3D world space for us. There have been some that believe that they have been experimented on, healed, or surgically manipulated during dream state. Upon waking, their body shows cuts or scratches or other wounds, and in dream state, they might have had a dream or a vision that there were actions or things done to them. There are ways that we can interact more with our energy bodies, tools to help us practice dreaming so that we can be more cognizant of the energy that we're experiencing. One, the brain needs to be hydrated, so I suggest that you hydrate during the day with good water, not caffeinated drinks or drinks with sugar. Training your body to remember your dreams by creating a practice is important. So one, have a glass of water beside your bed. Drink half of that glass of water before you go to bed and the remainder when you wake up. This is just telling your physical form you are going into a practice of remembering your dreams. Keep a journal beside your bed to record any morning thoughts or memories from your dreams. Ask your guides to surround you and help you on your dream time travel. Try not to wake to an alarm, but allow your body to naturally wake in a normal sleep cycle. The longer your sleep cycles are, the deeper you tend to go into dream state. That might not be practical for everyone that needs to get up, go to work, go to a job, but if you are able to not wake to an alarm, I would suggest trying that. Don't jump out of bed right away in the morning, but linger and allow your body and mind to wake slowly, allowing time to think and process your dreams and thoughts. And sometimes you may not remember dreams, but you have morning answers or thoughts or feelings. Jot those down in your journal. Sometimes you might get pieces of a dream or pieces of a message over subsequent nights. These pieces can be a beginning for tracking or logging your dreams. And as you put the pieces together, it might be a larger message. Practice, practice, practice. If you don't dream one night, don't give up. Everyone dreams, so begin to train yourself on how to remember your sleep time adventures. And as you practice more, you may begin to direct your dreams or have interactions during dream time. For an example, talking to loved ones, getting answers to your questions, or asking such questions as, where am I? What am I doing? What do I need to be doing? You also may end a dream if you find you are somewhere that is uncomfortable. Know you are always safe during dream time. You will wake in your bed in this time and you are safe. I have been asking for information from the universe, new information. I don't want to hear the same information again and again and again, just repeated in another form. I want the new, pristine information. And I feel like my dream with the white eagle is telling me that it's there. It's coming to me. Perhaps it's already been delivered in the codes and the keys of the universe. I just haven't turned those things on. I just haven't registered that I already have this information. And rather than asking for more, something that's out there, to look at it as it is right here. Now, this particular dream with the white eagle had me remember a previous dream that I had years ago, where I was handed a stack of white clothing, starched, crisp, white, neatly folded clothing. And as I picked up each piece of clothing from the top layer of the pile, it changed colors into not just the chakras, but these magnificent colors. And in that dream, I interpreted that the universe was handing me everything I needed in terms of energy, vibration, in the form of color. I just need to pick it up and wear it. My comments to you about dream time is we are in a time of change and shift, and the messages are coming to us all ways, in all forms and all fashions. I do know that the teachers and the wisdom keepers of the universe are really working hard to get to us, as are our guides, in helping us navigate where we are at this time on the planet. Take time for you. Pause. Ponder. Talk about your experiences. As always, I enjoy listening to your stories. Certainly drop me a line if you're experiencing a fabulous dream. I'd love to hear about it. And until the next time, take care, practice, and be open to receive what the universe is giving to you. Thank you for listening. I'm Laurie Wondra of Your Life Core, and these are messages from the universe.
Thank you for listening to Messages from the Universe podcast with Laurie Wondra of Your Life Core. For current events or to schedule a private session with Laurie, please visit yourlifecore.com.